Hello, welcome to the stream. I hope y'all are having a good one. Today, we are talking about the Minecraft movie. Now, I just saw the movie yesterday about this time, so it's been about 24 hours since I've seen it, and I've kind of let it simmer in the back of my mind for a little bit. So today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my opinions on the movie, and also hear some of your guys's. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about the movie. Iron Bat, hello! I'm doing pretty good! Brian, hi Brian, hi Iron Bat, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're having a good one. Hope you're having a good day. We got the pig step going. Good song. But I'm really excited about, okay. I feel like so much to talk about. The movie, I feel like anyone who's seen it has a lot of different opinions. Some people have really good opinions, some people have really bad opinions, and overall it's really mixed in a good way and a bad way. Brian, I'm good. Glad to hear it. Pandy, chicken jockey, let's go! Chicken jockey. Love a chicken song is goated. Okay, the song and singing and it threw me off initially, but it grew on me. It grew on me throughout the film. It very did much grow on me throughout the film. Galaxy Monster. I've watched up to the lava and chicken because I feel like it's just not worth watching, even if I would never watch it again. This is because pirated websites only show the leaked version crazy CGI. Just left a like on stream. Thank you for the like. Okay, so we got a lot of different opinions in chat. We got anywhere from just screaming chicken jockey. Hi, Pandy! I agree, the Lava Chicken song is actually so catchy. My friends are singing it. Valid. I actually listened, like, I went home and listened to every single, like, song in the Minecraft soundtrack. And the music is growing on me. I gotta say, the music is definitely growing on me. Initially, it was like, it felt weird. It felt like clunky. It was like, it's just a Minecraft movie. Why is there singing? It doesn't feel right. But then they kind of like acknowledged it throughout the movie of the singing. And I'm like, okay, this is okay. It's okay. It's not as bad as I thought. I have never been close to crying in theater, but the dentist song changed that. Okay, for me, it wasn't the dentist song, but I did almost cry at some point, and I don't know why. I don't know what was going on. I could actually wait, I do remember. But let's go ahead and switch to a very good Minecraft song. All right, should be the original Minecraft song. It's like Garbage Man. Technoblade is his best part. Hi, Pandy. Yeah, Technoblade. Okay, can we hear the music? We're gonna turn that up a lot. Can we hear the music? It's like really calm Minecraft music, but it's very quiet. Okay, so hello. I hope y'all are having a great one. Let's go ahead and just start chatting about it. I know we already just kind of started, but over to the side, I have a couple points that like I've thought of throughout the day, and just like, so if I'm looking that way, it's because I'm just like looking at a couple bullet points that I don't want to miss. And then if I look over here, I'm looking at chat. If I look down here, I'm also looking at chat. Technoblade tribute is goated, like it's legit. Technoblade never dies. Anyways, I have to go, but I hope you have an amazing day in stream. Thank you. I hope you have an amazing day in stream as well. And yes, we're definitely gonna talk about the Technoblade part, 100%. Hands down, one of my favorite parts about the film. And we'll get there. I have an order of what I want to talk about and where and why. But if you have any feedback on the film, let me know, because I'm really interested in hearing what everyone else says. Because I've seen so many mixed reviews about this. I've had people have loved it, people have hated it, and some people have no idea what they feel, which is valid. This was a wild movie. Actually, okay. I put my notes in front of me now. Okay, so, oh, before talking about like how I experienced a movie and like what I thought of it, I think it's really important to keep in mind that I had a couple like preconceived mindsets going into it, if that made sense. Like for example, I saw the trailer, and then I saw people react to the trailer. So I had a couple negative like mindsets going into it, like, oh no, this is not going to be good because the trailer wasn't the greatest. And then I heard Phil say it was bad. I heard Phil talk about how he had like really negative hopes, and then I didn't watch the stream, but I clicked on one of his streams and he was talking about how he really didn't like the movie and he was like saying a couple things about it, and I was like, uh-oh, let's X out of this. And then I heard Quackity say it doesn't make sense, but it's funny. So I heard a lot of mixed opinions going into it. So before watching it, like the day before, this was like, I was hearing all this stuff and I still wouldn't watch it for like another 24 hours. So I got off Twitter, I got off YouTube, I got off Instagram Reels, I got off everything. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to look at anything about the movie until I watch it, because I want to know like relatively what my opinions of our, I can't not talk today. I want to see what my opinions of the movie are first before watching it. So with that in mind, if you didn't watch it yet, I recommend, like, if you want to watch it and experience it for yourself and like have your own opinions of it, I do recommend clicking off the stream, or at least like, because I'm going to do a couple spoilers, not many. Like, if you really want to avoid spoilers, I might accidentally spoil something. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna I might like mention a scene, but I'm not gonna say exactly what happens, if that makes sense. So if you haven't watched it yet and you want to experience it for yourself, this stream might not be the one for you. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep yapping, if that's all right with y'all. The leaked version had Technoblade with no fur. What? Pigs don't have fur? I thought. Okay. There should have been a statue of a pig, and it would have been crazy when Henry asked who's that statue. It would have been like goosebumps. The introduction of Steve was a bit short and weird. I think the intro with Garbage Man was developed well, though. Okay, the Garbage Man. Yes, I agree that he probably had the best intro out of everybody, because it actually kind of made sense, and like we actually got to like see the intro very well, if that makes sense. Oh my gosh, I'm like, my mind's all over the place. There's so much to talk about this movie. Okay, So let's go. I feel like before I talk about like what I thought of the movie, I have to like start from like when I walked into the theater. Because a bunch of people experience movies in different ways. Some people saw it on the internet. Some people watched it in theater, but with like friends. Some people watched it in theater with like family. Some people watched it in the movie theater with like really late at night with a bunch of other teens and young adults. And everyone had a different experience while watching the movie, which I think is pretty cool. Honestly, like if you think about it, and I want to watch it again in a different way. But I watched it at 11:30 a.m. So at this time, there was a lot of kids and their parents in the movie theater. So keep that in mind. There was a lot of kids, a lot of parents. There wasn't as many like teens in the audience. So I did hear people say like, oh, they went, and a lot of people would like shout chicken jockey with Steve. I didn't have that experience just because I was surrounded by a bunch of like younger kids. But I'm not mad about it because I watched it with my sister and like my younger brother, and I really loved seeing it with them. It was a lot of fun because we have a couple inside Minecraft jokes between like the three of us. So that was a really cool experience to watch it with them. I would like to watch it again at night with friends and just maybe with other like teens and have us all like, because a lot of people were like clap at some parts, mimic the lines back, stuff like that. A lot of the people in theaters I heard were clapping or shouting when they heard phrases like chicken jockey. Yes, I was looking forward to that. But then I looked around and I was like, I chose the wrong time. 11:30 a.m. No, there was a bunch of kids and their families, which is fine. I mean, I was with my family. Hello, Mango. I hope you're having a good day. Sorry if I sound a little bit like stiffly. I'm coming across like a little bit of a fever and cold. I don't know what's going on. So my voice is I'm a little under the weather. Did you see the post-credit scene? Yes, and we'll get to that. Okay. Back to how, like, experiencing the movie. I know, a lot of people were going into the movie like, oh, it's gonna be bad, or oh, it's gonna be good. And pretty much how you went in and what mindset you had going into it really did affect how it turned out for you, if that makes sense. I know I really tried. I went into the mindset of going to the film and I wanted to see how many references I can find and just have fun looking for the references and just enjoying it in that regard. I try not to focus about any plot holes, any like lack of character development. I'm like, we're not going to think about like the delicacies behind it. We're just going to go in and have fun and enjoy the references, and also look for the C418 music, the actual Minecraft music. I was really excited for that. So like I don't know. So like that's a loud song. But yeah, I just kind of went into the movie and wanted to enjoy experiencing Minecraft on a screen. And doing that, I really loved it. Like, it's weird. I really loved the Minecraft movie. I loved the experience of sitting in the theater, seeing the loading screen on the huge screen that like you usually see when you generate a world. I love seeing all the references. I loved like, even though it was a bunch of like a younger audience around me, it was still really cool to see people laugh at some of the Minecraft references and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed that part of it. Was it a good movie? No, not at all. If you define a movie, like if you go look at the definition of a movie, a good movie is defined by having a good plot, good character development, not having plot holes. So if you look at it like the actual movie side of it, was it a good movie? No, not really. But like I found it was still a really enjoyable experience because it was Minecraft. Can you stream it on Discord for me to watch the proper version or a platform that doesn't lag? I'm sorry, I do not know how to do that. Sorry, I'm not sure how to do that. I wish I could. Sorry, Galaxy. Sorry, I can't breathe. Oh yeah, I'm looking back at my notes just to see what, make sure I'm covering what I want to cover. Cause like I find like on stream, I'll like start talking and then keep talking and then like I never go back to my original point. But in whole, I watched the movie, I loved experiencing it in the theater, seeing it on the big screen, all the references, that was really cool. The actual like character development and stuff wasn't the greatest, but like, so like I have mixed feelings about this movie. But like jumping back into it, with what I was saying earlier, the actual like movie aspects of the movie, like plot, character development, actually making any sense, those weren't the greatest. But the movie is also really funny, so that's like a plus. And the humor, though, the humor is a lot based off of like just how insane the movie and scenarios do get. So it does rely on a lot of humor in that sense, but I still found it funny. Hi! Oh my gosh, I'm trying to say your name. Kawase the Legend. I haven't played Minecraft, but I would love to watch the movie for fun. Yes, I recommend it 100%. I might be biased because I love Minecraft, but I do recommend it 100%. Okay. Oh, going back to how the movie was funny. The Jennifer Coolidge scenes were really funny. It was interesting how they did like the side story with like the nitwit villager, and how she hit him with a car. I feel like the side story, it was a funny idea, but it kind of just felt like thrown in. It would have been cool if they made it like, if they had more screen time for it, or at least added like one more scene just to like better develop the story, because it was really good and it was really fun seeing like a side story go along the main story. But it was just only a few scenes, and so whenever they did do it, it was like a little bit jarring. But the ending scenes credit with the what's it called? Where the villagers started talking. That was funny. The whole time I was just like staring at the screen. I was looking at my siblings. We were all just like gaping at the screen because we were like, what? It was like we didn't expect it in the slightest, and it was really funny. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. But it was cool. I liked all those scenes. I thought were really, really funny. Let's go look at chat. Will there be Minecraft gameplay as well, or just talking? It depends. It depends what time we go until. I'm gonna talk until not like a certain time. I'm just gonna like chat for a little bit, and then I'll probably switch over to Minecraft like at the very end of the stream. I don't have an exact time yet. It's just kind of like whenever we're done talking about the Minecraft movie, I'll play some hardcore. So yeah, a lot is improved. Oh wait, you like watching movies or reading books, or both? Both. I'd say both. I like, yeah, movies and books. I like both of them. Let's go here. Okay. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, the Jennifer Coolidge scene and the end credit scene was really cool. I like that. There was a one thing though. The production, like the actual production part of it, like you can see a few green screen issues. I mean, it's not like very obvious, but it's just like a little bit awkward. The actors did a great job, I think. Like they really did their best, and the actual world, like the actual Minecraft world, looks amazing. Like I think it looks incredible. I like how they did the textures. I like how they did, I mean, as much as we make memes, as much as like the community made memes of it, I thought it was really cool. I think most people have that idea. The only thing is the live action in the world, it was cool, but it didn't really mesh quite right. I mean, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, they should have just made it animated. They still could have had the like live action elements like they did in the actual movie, where like they go to the real world, and when they go to the real world, they can be in like look like real people, and then when they go in the Minecraft world, it would have been cool if they like actually like more matched and they looked more like a Minecraft character. I think a lot of people kind of thought that would have been a little bit better, but we kind of got used to it, I feel like, from the trailer. The trailer was really jarring. I think a lot of us felt that way. But I love the Minecraft world itself. Like the actual like design of the world with like the trees, the textures, just, I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I played, after the movie, I went home and spent like an hour and a half playing through the Bedrock event for like the Minecraft movie, and I really enjoyed it. Like normally I just like quickly play through an event just to get like the just to get like the the capes. Yeah, so normally like if there's an event with a cape, I'll like play through it really quickly just to like get the cape. But this one I found like I really took my time with it. I really enjoyed it because like the textures of the Bedrock Bedrock event, it was really cool. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was cool. But back to talking about like the Minecraft movie specifically. There was one character that really, really bothered me. Every time he was on screen, I wanted to walk out of the theater. It was the one piglin. I think he was called like General Chungus or something like that. I really didn't like him. I know some people might have thought he was funny. but I couldn't get over his, I feel bad because I know like whoever did the character probably did the very, like, it's not like the actor's fault. It's just like, I like the way he talked and like the whole like unalive thing. It made me like wince the whole time. But that could just be a me preference. It's like they were trying to be like, oh, cool with the new generation, but like I feel like we all don't like that either. But I don't know. I know some people found him really funny. He was just not my type of character. Yeah, I could not stand him when he was on screen. But yeah. And then Melosha's, I think is her name, the main sorcerer villain. Her origin story was very funny and quite absurd. It was very silly. Where it almost adds a little bit of like, it's almost like not charming in a way, but like it was like more lighthearted. I know a lot of people loved it. I personally wasn't the hugest fan of the backstory, but I think the only reason why was because they used Pigstep only once in the whole movie for that scene. I wish they used like Pigstep for like the final battle or something like that. I think that would have been so cool. I love Pigstep the song so much. Like my streaming playlist has like 12 renditions and remixes of it. Yeah, it had so many different, like, there's so many cool variations of Pigstep. I just kind of wish that they did like another scene with Pigstep. Like if they played a different song during the origin scene and like the backstory, I think I would have like liked the whole origin story a lot better. Like it was cool. I liked it. I think it's just, I wish they had the Pigstep song more, because I love that song way too much. Let me go ahead and switch the music real quick. But yeah, it wasn't like a bad backstory by any means. I think I'm a little bit like, I wish the song, like here we go, Pigstep, here we go. There we go. We got the good song. Hi, MCGXV, how you doing? I hope you're having a good one. We're just chatting about the Minecraft movie. If you've watched the movie, what do you think of it? If you haven't seen it yet. Spoiler alert. I'm trying not to talk too much about spoilers, but I'm talking a little bit about the movie, and so there might be a couple spoilers. Oh, one thing I did like about the Minecraft movie, that it had a very wholesome message. Like one very positive takeaway about the film is like the whole like main message was about creativity. So it's very good because it is technically a kids movie, I think. So like it's like inspiring kids to be more creative and encouraging them to like try different things, which I think is really awesome. I think the Lego movie did a very similar thing. Like the whole Lego movie's theme was all about creativity. And so like it's a good theme. I think the Lego movie implemented the theme and did the theme a lot better than the Minecraft movie did. And I think the reason for that was the Lego movie was really creative, with like the whole like actual Lego people to like in real life people, and like it was a really good Lego movie. Was very creative. The Minecraft movie I felt like had a very similar plot to a lot of things. I feel like a lot of plots kind of follow that kind of structure, like, oh, we need these items to go on this quest, and then this, oh no, there's that. Like it's a very like stereotypical, that's not the word. It's a very less creative plot line for a movie about creativity, which isn't a bad thing. Like it's fine. It's just one thing I noticed. Because especially like with the whole idea of like the piglins taking over the overworld, I don't know. It's not bad, but I feel like as a Minecraft community, we've seen that a lot before in animations and stuff, and like they could have done something different. And I don't mean that like a negative light. I just mean that like I think they're following Minecraft Dungeons. I think I heard someone say, or Minecraft Legends. There was like a combination of the two, which is fine. I don't know. I feel like the Minecraft movie about creativity could have been a little more creative about their plot. Oh wait, but one thing that they did take a creative liberty for that is not like in the game is the Enderman scene. Now, when I initially watched the scene, I did not like it at all because it's very different from how the actual like Minecraft game itself works. Like you look at an Enderman, it starts attacking you. You don't start hallucinating people and stuff. But how they did it in the movie, yes, I know the movie isn't canon and they took a bunch of creative liberties. But after thinking about it for like 24 hours, it's definitely growing on me. Like I really do kind of like the scene a lot better now. I also like the brief like Herobrine reference. I thought that was cool. I would say the piglin part was awkward. Why would you try to conquer the overworld of the leader pig banishes you to the overworld to get zombified? Exactly. It doesn't. Yeah. Thank you. It's a lot of like a lot of unresolved like plot, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of things. Oh no, not the song. There's a lot of things that didn't make complete sense. Like it wasn't like, it just was like almost awkward because it didn't quite make sense. But we just kind of had to roll with it. Like as the audience, we just kind of like had to keep going and be like, okay, definitely makes sense. And like a lot of the plot points were like unresolved throughout the film and just like missing, honestly. Like I know Steve's dog, Dennis, it was introduced. It was kind of like I think they were trying to make it like sad, like, oh no, the dog had to go to the overworld and had to leave Steve behind. And something about a sacrifice. And then the movie just didn't explain anything beyond that. Like, how in the world did the dog go from the overworld back to the Minecraft world? I thought the portal was destroyed. Did the dog come through and I just missed it? I might have missed it. But also, when someone else tames a dog, you can't also tame the dog. And the dog should have already had a collar on it if it was also Dennis. So is every wolf just Dennis reincarnated? I was so confused. I watched that in the cinema, in the movie theater, and I was just sitting there like, okay, they're gonna explain it. And there was no explanation. The movie ended, and I was like, there was no like plot twist or like any explanation for like the Dennis scenario. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But I turned to my sister Pandy during the movie when Dennis showed up the second time. When Dawn gave Dennis a bone, I like looked to her and looked at the screen and looked at her again. She was saying the same thing. She was like, how did Dennis get here? And why would you release Steve to get the orb if you know he could betray the pigs easily? Yeah, exactly. The plot could have been a lot better. Hey, we're back. Man, I love my computer, but it overheats way too easily. And then it freaks out. It's okay. We're back now, though. Hi, Galaxy. Sorry. I always feel bad whenever it crashes, but, like, I can't do anything about it. I just need a new computer. I just really need a new computer. I'm looking into getting one soon. I know, dang it. Yeah. Happens to the best of us. We're talking about the Minecraft movie. I think we're talking about the plot holes and some of the issues in that regard. Yeah, back to talking about the plot. I know one thing was the movie's structure was really, really repetitive. It didn't have any tension to the fact where, like, I really didn't care much about the characters. Like, it was just, like, the characters moved from one location to another location, and they had to fight some piglins, and they had to grab something from there. And there was some humor in between. But there just wasn't any tension throughout the movie. And so it was, like, hard to care about, like, what the characters were doing, how even were they doing, if they're gonna win or not. But I don't know. Like, they tried. One thing, though, was Jack Black's performance as Steve. When I initially saw it, I was kind of confused. Like in the trailer, I was like, oh, because I didn't really know who Jack Black was. Once I looked it up, I was like, okay, I know what movies he's been in. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, I was just confused. It was very memeified. I am Steve with that whole thing. But after watching the movie, I think he did really good as Steve. I thought it was really funny. He did feel like an NPC though. He did feel like an NPC, not in a bad way. But it's just kind of like he always felt like he was like narrating events. And like I said, it's not a good or bad thing. Maybe that was his role, to narrate the whole story. Kind of like Ender Pearl and that kind of stuff, which it was funny. It was funny. But yeah. It was a story that I feel like what carried the movie. The only real person I focused on was the little boy, to be fair. No, that's fair. There was a lot of characters. I know there was a lot of characters, and they were all trying to have a character arc, I think. And so since they were all trying to have a character arc, it didn't quite hit as hard as if if like the movie just focused on and maybe like one character instead, which is fine. Okay, we got the Minecraft music. Let's go. Maybe if you can hear it. Yeah, and also the pacing was very, very fast, like very quick. Like it felt like it was kind of slow, and I know my little brother, he kept turning to me at the beginning of the movie before we jumped into the Minecraft world, and he was like, are they gonna go back to Minecraft? I'm like, they should soon. But yeah, it felt like at the beginning the pacing was quite slow, and then once we actually got into the Minecraft world, it was like go 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 go. It was like almost rushed. Maybe they were just doing that so like it felt like more like attention grabbing. But it just felt really rushed, and like where it was like we could barely follow the story, let alone like care about what they were doing at each point. And right now I'm not critiquing, like I'm critiquing like the actual like not the like I enjoyed the Minecraft movie, don't get me wrong. It sounds like I'm being really like overly negative and like critiquing it way too harshly, which I might be. I really truly might be. I just think it's because like I don't know, it's hard. It was I loved watching it, but like kind of like in hindsight, I'm looking back and I'm like, nothing made sense. Which is not a bad thing. I just would have preferred it to make sense just because that's what type of movie I prefer, but it could be a preference thing. The Steve introduction was a real awkward thing. I only watched the lava chicken and I got confused with the yearning for the mines part. As you mentioned, it was too fast. Yeah, it's like they might have had a really good idea, but it was hard to like notice that it was a really good idea because of how quick paced it was. Another thing, I really wish like Dan2DM, Afmel, Mumbo Jumbo, and LD's Shadow Lady played a bigger role, because I knew they were in the movie. I was really excited to watch it. I'm like, oh my gosh, LD's Shadow Lady, Dan2DM, Mumbo Jumbo, they're gonna be in the movie. Because I'm really biased. I grew up watching LD Shadow Lady's Empire SMP series, and then I also love watching Dan2DM and like Mumbo Jumbo. Afmel I never really got into, but I was really excited to see them all in the movie. I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I realized they don't have they don't even speak. Which, it's fair. It's fair. I guess. I was hoping they had a little bit bigger of a role. But I am biased. Like I said, I watch those creators. Yeah, I feel like we had to cover this. But a lot of the characters weren't fleshed out all the way. So it was a little bit confusing watching the movie. Just because, like, the pacing was rushed. The characters were all introduced really quickly. So, like, it was a lot. And then Henry, the main kid, he committed a war crime. He pretty much made a bomb, blew up a part of a corporate building, and it was literally never addressed or explained throughout the whole movie. Like, what? Like, it makes like the audience have a feeling like, oh, nothing you do in this world matters because there was clearly no reasons or consequences for anything, which was very surreal and a bit jarring. I get like, maybe they were following like a fantasy world where like you can do stuff like create a bomb, blow something up, and there's no consequences, which is awesome, 100%, good to you. But I was just like, if you could make a bomb and blow something up, why does it matter if like, why does anything matter at all, you know? I don't know. And also the thing with like the blowing up buildings, how did Dawn know that Henry blew up the Potato Man thing? Like, okay, I feel like the characters just knew a lot of things that the audience knew, because the audience saw it. Like, we saw Henry blow up the potato thing. But like, how did Dawn know that Henry was the one who blew up that part of the building? She wasn't there. She wasn't on the school premises. She wasn't at the corporate business premises, I don't believe. And it wouldn't be on the news. I don't think it would be on the news. And even if it was on the news, it wouldn't have been like already there, you know? Like, it wouldn't have been like, there's no way she could have found it that quick. I don't know. That confused me. It was just kind of like, not confused me. They kind of like just skimmed over it, which just made the whole movie feel like everything was being skimmed over. Maybe the head teacher told the corporation. That is true. That is very true. The head teacher could have told the corporation, but that it doesn't make sense that Dawn knew. Like, why would Dawn know? And if they told the corporation, why would oh my gosh, I almost said Ellie. What's her name? Is it Ellie? Natalie. Why would Natalie not know? Because she's technically an employee of that company. She should know before Dawn, who's just a random person. Hello, Ella. We're talking about the Minecraft movie and a couple of its plot holes. I'm being very negative about the movie right now, but I personally did enjoy it just because it was Minecraft. I loved watching it in the movie theater with my siblings. And there goes my music. Where'd it go? But yeah, I really did enjoy the movie. It was very interesting though, watching it. And we're just talking about some of the plot holes. I mean, the Don. Okay, wait. I mean, Don did not mention that he blew up the statue, but it technically wasn't a war crime as the guy snipped the wires. That's true. Okay. It wasn't intentional. Henry didn't mean to blow that up. That was that was very. They made that very clear. But what wasn't clear, like no one knew that the one kid snipped the wires, and kind of like messed with it, because I think you're probably if you. Okay, so then the kid who snipped the wires committed a war crime. I don't know, man. Like, maybe not a war crime, but that is a huge destruction of property. There should be some consequences of blowing up a building. Like, just even a little consequence. Like, don't do that. Or like, hey, like, you think, like, the police would have shown, like, it's fine. It's a Minecraft movie. It's fine. There's a lot of things us as the audience just had to, like, completely accept was normal without any explanation, which is fine, I guess. It's not preferable for a movie. It's not preferable for a movie at all, but, like, it's fine, I guess. Another thing that was really weird, that, any mobs that went into the real world, like the Nitwit Villager and Dennis, they did not look like a normal dog or a normal person. Like, the only comment was like, oh, your head is huge, from Jennifer Coolidge. I mean, maybe it's just, I mean, it's a fantasy world, so they can do whatever they want. They can have whatever rules they want. It just, like, it was very jarring. It was a little bit jarring. It was just a little bit jarring. Also, it was it me, or was the head teacher in... Also, was it only me, or was the head teacher and executive a bit funky? I think she was just playing up the part a lot. I think she was just like, I think maybe that was the purpose, to like make a character that was very like over exaggerated. I mean, have you seen Steve and the garbage guy? They were both very like exaggerated, but I think they wanted her to be even more exaggerated to like give better contrast between the characters. Because there was a couple characters that felt flat, like all of like Natalie's. I keep saying, I want to say Natalia. All of, like, Natalie's interactions versus Henry's interactions, like, they felt like the same character, and Dawn. It felt like they would all make the same decisions, so that they weren't really fleshed out very well, so they needed, like, extra contrast by having other characters be more crazy. Not crazy, but, like, more exaggerated, I guess. I don't know, man. But if someone uses a kid's movie, if someone says, like, oh, it's a kid's movie, it doesn't need to make sense. I will sew a teabag through my computer screen, because I don't know. I don't like when people, like, immediately dismiss the idea, like, oh, yeah, it doesn't need to have a cohesive plot. It's just a kid's movie. This game just has such a huge adult and, like, older, like a young adult, older, teenager fan base. So, like, not just that, but the kids also deserve better. I mean... No matter what, not just the Minecraft movie, but like I don't like when any series is like, oh, it doesn't need to be that good because we're making it for kids, so like it's okay if it's not that great. I don't think that's like an acceptable excuse. It's just kids deserve better, for one, and if kids grow up with bad movies, they go into Hollywood, they go to make their own movies. If all that they have experienced with and grew up with was like poorly structured plot movies, that's the movies that they'll create for everyone else. And it's not their fault. And it won't be their fault at all. It'll be whoever created the movies in the first place. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a kid's movie. It doesn't need to make any sense. I think they needed it to return a notch at this point. Microsoft is just rushed. Notch sold it a while ago. Microsoft probably did rush it. They probably had a deadline. Things probably went wrong. Okay, we're gonna. I'm gonna stop being negative now, because that I have it. Okay, using it's a kids movie to excuse bad writing is lazy. Yes, agreed. That's the exact point I'm trying to convey. Thank you, Ella. Yeah. So the whole like first part of the stream was just talking about like the negative parts of the movie, I guess. Now I have my outline separated into like all the negatives and then like all the positives. So let's go to switch to the more positive side, because like. I don't know. I'm being a negative. I'm done. We're not going to talk about any more negative stuff. I mean, if you bring it up in chat, I'll respond to it. But, like, I'm not going to bring it up anymore. Because this movie, I don't know. It was so great for me watching it in the theater. but it was just because that it was Minecraft and there were so many amazing references. And it was really cool seeing like the game on the big screen. Like when it first started loading, the C418 music started playing, and there was the generating world screen. I almost cried. I'm not kidding. Like I really was about to tear up. I was like, this is the best part of the movie right now. I don't care what else happens. This movie was worth it. Just to see the very first part of the movie on the big screen, the generating world, that was crazy. Yeah, that was definitely a big plus for me. It was cool seeing other things in the movie, like the Woodland Mansion. The Woodland Mansion looked freaking cool. Like, I never realized how cool the Woodland Mansions were in the game until, like, I actually saw how it looked with all the textures in the movie. Because, like, in the game, it can kind of feel like, it can feel like dead sometimes, if that's, like, the right word for it. It kind of feels like, it just feels, like, empty occasionally. But, like, it looked great. The Vindicators, on the other hand, I don't want to talk about them. The Woodland Mansion, the actual building, really pretty. The Vindicators, I don't want to talk about them. They just felt really off. I don't know why. They just felt really, really off. They reminded me of something that no one else has said, so I'm probably saying things. But yeah. The Vindicators, I don't know if anyone really liked how they looked. I mean, that was probably the goal. Make them look funky. But yeah. In the game, it just looks like a big player-made game. Yeah, it's true. There's more negatives and positives, but overall, it's a decent movie. Yeah, I agree. There's more like easy to see negatives than easy to see positives, I guess. So yeah, I agree. Oh, I already talked about the Enderman scene. I already talked about how it really is growing on me. Initially when I watched it, it wasn't my favorite, but the more and more I like think about it, the more I think more highly of it. Oh, in the Woodland Mansion, I love the scene where Henry walked into the room with like all the chests. I really felt that, like, because you know when you're playing Minecraft and then you walk into a room, whether it's like your base, your friend's base, or just like you join like a SMP or something, and you walk in and just there's like a bunch of chests everywhere, and like it felt like the game. Like that was a moment where like it really did feel like a game. It really felt like the game for me, and I loved that. I also loved how they did the effect of the wood breaking, when he was like going through the ceiling and like the way it like splintered. Like genuinely, I really appreciated that. I thought that looked really cool. But the scene where he actually like falls through, he falls through the ceiling and into the arena with Garrett the Carrot. That's what I'm calling him because my brother's calling him. It's rubbing off on me. When Henry falls through the ceiling, and then it's Steve is on this side. No, Steve, and no. I'm saying it different than you are, but Steve is on one side, Garrett's on the other side, and they were just talking. When Henry falls through, stands up with the cube, and he's holding it like this. He's just holding the cube. And Garrett looks at him and is like, "Do you have the thing?" And he's like, "I have the thing." And then they just stand there, and then they go. The whole interaction felt like it was waiting for like a punchline, like for somebody to jump in and being like, "That was like a funny thing." I don't know. It felt like the whole interaction, it would have been like, there was going to be like a punchline at the end because of how like awkward and like how like, it felt like a blooper. The whole thing felt like a blooper. It felt like they were like rehearsing because like they had the thing and they're like, "Yep, I fell from the ceiling. Do you have the cube?" "Yes." Walk away. I don't know. I just thought though, it felt really awkward. It was almost like funny in a way that nothing happened. But I think because I was waiting for something to happen. I don't know if you saw this, but it's just like that one Peter Griffin episode where Peter just falls through the floor. No, I did not see that. Maybe that's what they based it off of. Oh, but the scene where Garrett is fighting the chicken jockey will literally always be iconic. Just because of the way Jack Black says the line, "Chicken jockey," I can't do it, I'm sick. But it was, I love that part. I thought it was really fun whenever he would say things like in that Minecraft like narrative voice. I don't know why. It was just silly and it made me smile. Elrose, I can't stick around for the whole stream, but I hope you have a good rest of the stream. Cheers. Thank you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for coming along. I really enjoyed having you here. And yeah, hope you have a great one. Cheers. Oh yeah. Vertical slabs. That's all I'm gonna say. Vertical slabs. Why do they put on like they put down 2 blocks? One is a slab. The other one was a full block. But the slab wasn't a normal slab. It was like a vertical slab. But it was like a quarter of a vertical slab. I don't know. We're not going to talk about it. I don't know. That could... Okay. There's creative liberty. Oh, speaking of creative liberties, the fuzzy creeper. The fuzzy creeper is really growing on me. I'm trying to think how to wear this. Okay. The fuzzy creeper, okay, in the movie, they're different. The fact that they don't explode unless you hit them. So the creepers don't explode unless you hit them. I assume they did that just so they could have that one scene work with like the huge piglet in the back chasing them so they could hit it and then pew, with the minecart. So I get it, it makes sense for the plot. But honestly, it made the creepers seem like a much more of like a passive mob. Which I was surprised. I really don't dislike that idea. Like, the fuzzy creeper is really growing on me. Like, I thought it was really cute. I don't know what other people think about the creeper, but I loved how it was like a little hollow. Are we back? Wait, can you see me right now? Hold on. Hello? Wait, what? You can see me? Really? Can you see me right now? I can't see me. We're gonna like close everything on my phone to try to open straight back. Hi. Hello. How we doing? How we doing? Okay, we're back. We're back. Yay! I'm going to throw a temper tantrum. I'm going to crash out. This is the second time in one stream. I'm not even running Minecraft. I'm just running OBS, some music, and a iCloud document in front of me just so I can have some notes for the stream. I don't even have my stream open on any windows because that increases the likelihood of it crashing. Why? I need a new computer, man. It's okay. We back. We're gonna keep going. Talk about the fuzzy creeper, and it really is growing on me. I love it. I want to get a fuzzy creeper plushie. I love how it was hollow. I love how it was like a little glow stick. I really love that. Yeah, love that part. Love the creeper. Now, here's one part I really did want to talk about. Steve has 2 elytras. He has 2 elytras that he just happens to be carrying with him in his inventory when they're running from the piglins, like the first time in the village. And then he goes, oh shoot, one scare already jumped off the edge. I thought I brought 3 elytras with me. I only have 2. I thought I had 3. It's never really explained how in the world he got the elytras, which is fine. Maybe he went to the end dimension, I don't know, and defeated the Ender Dragon, even though it was never mentioned. But how does he only have 1 Ender Pearl? He has 2 elytras. I thought he had 3 elytras, but only has 1 Ender Pearl. That was interesting. I mean, another plot hole, which we're just going to carefully overlook. But there's already been some headcanons for this movie. Yes, headcanons already for this movie. Of how, like, this plot point specifically, like, how it actually works. And I think Phil is the one who started this idea. It's that Steve, or like Jack Black, he was maybe like walking around the forest one day. He was just like walking around and just like stumbled across a bunch of loot on the ground. Just like sprayed everywhere on the ground. And there was also a bunch of like XP, a bunch of the XP balls everywhere. Like everywhere, like, and it's like, he comes across it like, huh, what's this stuff? He picks it up. But like the idea that like, maybe whoever had the world before, or maybe like the original Steve, who actually like belongs in the game, maybe he was flying, hit a tree too hard, stuff everywhere. That would explain it. That would explain where Steve got the elytra. Maybe some other stuff, like if he has a totem of undying, which is harder to get. Maybe he's been to a woodland mansion before. Maybe he's even successfully been through one. But like anything that stuff he has, like the Ender Pearl. Okay, he said he fought the Enderman, so that makes sense. But stuff like the what's it called? wings, elytras. So that would explain it really well. And how they would explain it is if, again, this is not my original idea. This is what Phil said. I'm just like re-saying it because I really love the idea. What if, it'd have been a really cool scene if like one of the characters, like maybe Henry, was like, "Where'd you get the elytras?" And then Steve could go like, "I just found them." And then like it cuts back, like it cuts to the other scene where pretty much just like Steve walking the forest and like seeing everything. Like, I thought it was a pretty clever idea, and that would explain like a bunch of stuff and also make it like more believable. Fill at least one plot hole. There's so many plot holes though. I don't know if one filled plot hole would have fixed it. Because I mean, you could have a road with a billion plot holes or potholes, and if you fill one, the road's still gonna be bumpy. It's not gonna fix it. Maybe a little bit better, but it's still gonna be bumpy. I haven't seen that yet. Okay, yeah, it's not until mid-ish way through the movie, I believe. Now moving towards the end of the movie. Honestly, I kind of forgot what happened in the final battle. I mean, it wasn't, like, too memorable. There was a lot happening at once, so that, I think, made it less memorable. I did really like the part with the iron golems. I like how they all looked like robots, and the reason why I liked them was because it was the robot-looking things that were the good guys. In most films, maybe this is just, like, most films I have seen, but most films, it's the other way around, and, where it's, like, I don't know, most films it's like people and like monsters fighting a robot because like robots are taking over the world or whatever. But that was like a really cool little like existential crisis in the movie theater. I was like, how come there's not more movies where like the robots are the good guys? I don't know. I enjoyed that. I love that part. I thought the Iron Golem with the swiftness boots was interesting. I don't know if I have good or bad opinion about that. It just happened. It's a lot of the movies like. I don't feel strongly positive or strongly negative about it. It's just another thing that happened. I also really liked how the Iron Golems, the whole part about if the piglin, how they only attack if they're provoked, because that was very true to the actual game, because Iron Golems really are techno giants, and they won't go attacking stuff unless they cause harm on other things. So like it was funny because. Not because, like, the piglin attacked it with a bow, but it was funny because, I don't know, just the whole part about, being unprovoked. Diamond armor full set. I don't know why. I didn't pick this up the first time I watched the movie, and it wasn't until I've seen somebody else point it out, but it was supposedly a full set of diamond armor, but there wasn't any leggings. I heard someone say that maybe it's just, like, they couldn't make the diamond leggings, like, where you can move in them. And so, like, you were like, okay, Steve, all right, Jack, you got the helmet, chest plate, and boots. That's all you get, because you can't move in the leggings. So you're just going to have to roll with 3/4 of a set of full diamond armor. No biggie. That was interesting. I don't know. I didn't even notice that the first time around. I just assumed that, like, they just put diamond on them, like, diamond, like, color, like, oh my gosh, like, diamond plates on them, and I was like, okay, good enough. That's diamond armor. Yeah. I didn't notice that initially, but, like, looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, that was interesting. But one thing I did like, I really like the knives. I really like the knives joke. Like, I loved it. Okay, let me explain. I'm pretty sure we all knew what was coming a mile away. You know, you got the villain kind of, like, hunched up, looking weak, and, like, looking up, like, oh, I'm sorry. Can you come here? I want to tell you something. And they pull out a knife and stab them. That's a very common, like, trope. And most of the time, like, the hero barely misses it or dies or sacrifices or whatever. It's a very common trope. But it's really funny because the way it was set up, it was, like, you could tell it was coming. You could tell, it was pretty obvious that, like, they made it very clear, which I thought was great, that she was going to pull a knife. But the way Steve turned, I could tell that he knew she was going to pull a knife. Like, he didn't even have to say anything. I was like, this is great. He is like the audience. He knows what's going to happen. He doesn't even have to say anything. And then he said, like, you're going to try to stab me, aren't you? And then when that happened, as soon as he said that, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to do it again. Because you know when, like, you watch a movie. You're watching a movie. And you're like, I saw him say, you're watching the movie and Steve's like, you're going to try to stab me, aren't you? Once he said that, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to do it more than once. She's going to pull a knife out. He's going to go closer. He's going to pull a knife out. He's going to, like, I don't know if he was going to hit it away. I thought he was going to, like, not go closer or whatever. And then he would start walking away and she'd do it again, which actually happened. So I thought that was really cool. Because, I don't know if it's just my weird brain, but, like, it fills in things ahead of time. Just like a guess. It fills in, like, a guess of what's going to happen. And normally movies are pretty predictable. But I really liked how they did that because, like, I didn't know. I was like, whoa, my gosh, they actually, like, they didn't do the normal trope. They put, like, a funny joke on it, a twist on it. I loved it. I loved it. And then I knew she was going to pull another knife. I didn't know how many knives she was going to pull. I thought maybe she would pull, like, 3, but, like, 2. Yeah, 3 would have been too repetitive. So she pulled another one. It was really funny to see how it played out. It was a little weird how she just kind of collapsed at the end. But I don't know. I love that part. That was peak parts of the movie. I love how, like, it was like a 4D wall break. I don't know what it's called. Breaking the fourth wall. I love English. I got a weird one as well. When the chicken burnt into lava, how come did it turn into a real chicken in a Minecraft world? Huh. Wait, I got a weird one as well. When the chicken burnt in lava, how come did it turn into a real chicken in a Minecraft world? I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't know. There's a lot of plot holes. Continue to keep it going though. Back about the humor part. Humor was good. I don't watch a lot of comedy movies. Not by choice. I don't watch a lot of movies in general. Like I think the last movie I saw in like the movie theater, it was like Moana. It was Moana. I don't want to talk about Moana right now. I didn't like it. I mean, I know behind the scenes a lot went wrong, and they kind of just had to release something because they were like losing money quick. It was supposed to be a TV series for like really young kids, and they were like, something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong, and so they're like, we're just gonna make it a movie. We're gonna make it a movie because we don't have any better options. So they did. But it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna keep going. In the movie, the last credit scene. No, the first credit, during the credits, throughout the credits, the scene with the villager and Jennifer Coolidge, that took me out. That was crazy. That was really crazy. I was not expecting that. As I said earlier, you didn't like Moana? I loved it. No, Moana 2. I love Moana. Moana 1 is a childhood show of mine. One of my favorite Disney movies of all time. I watched it when, I don't know how old I was. But I was at like the perfect age where it was like, oh my gosh, it's Moana. And then my judgy said, oh my gosh, the Disney princess kind of looks like, and then he said my name. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the best compliment you can ever give a kid. Compare them to the Disney princess movie they just watched. Yeah, I loved Moana, the original one. Moana 2, however, wasn't my favorite. I still watched it and enjoyed it. It wasn't for me. I think because I would have liked it if I was younger, but because it's for kids. I mean, I don't know, it's hard. But yeah, back to the Minecraft movie. I was really surprised when they did the one scene where the zombies were just absolutely ripping the pink sheep apart. And the sheep was just taking it. I don't know, you probably haven't seen that part yet. But the sheep was just sitting there like, bah, bah. And it was just like, it looked at the camera like it needed help. And I was like, it's just taking it. These zombies are ripping into the fur and yanking it out. There was fur everywhere. What is going on? And the sheep was just taking it. I was like, how did this make the final cut? Good gosh. I mean, not loved singing. That sounds weird. I'm glad they had that in because it's like, not the concerning, I guess is the word. Maybe not even concerning. It's just like surprising. Like they had that in the final cut. Like of a zombie just tearing into the sheep. There was no blood or anything. But that was crazy. It shocked me, but like in a positive way. Like I'm glad they had that. Oh, I've seen it. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. What? Wait, but pink sheep, that's like one and whatever, but not white or something. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, I didn't see any white sheep throughout the whole film. I just saw the pink one, the one pink sheep, the entire film. We're not going to question it. Wait a minute. We're not going to question a lot of things. We're just going to keep rolling. But there was a few parts of the movie that were like the references, and either the reference themselves or like the call out to like the fandom they just made my chest like feel really, really warm and fuzzy inside, and like that's why I love the movie, because there was anywhere from like, I don't know, either the funny memes with like chicken jockey, or like or just like any like the little like call us to the fandom, the pig step music, the C418 music. But the best reference of the entire movie, in my personal opinion, was definitely the Technoblade reference. In the theater, okay, my sister Pandy, she slapped me because I made some like a really excited noise / gasp thing, but I have no idea. I was like, oh, like I made some like really excited noise, and she just like slapped me like shh, like not hard, like just like on the shoulder, like shh. I'm like, sorry, but I really didn't care. It made me so happy, just like seeing it. Because I think it was Dawn who said, "Is that who's that? Is that some kind of king?" And then Steve said, "No, that's a legend." That was so awesome. Like it made me so happy. My mom has no idea what that means. My dad had no idea what that means. Like, look, I'm tearing up now. What? Why am I tearing up? Stop it. But yeah, it made me so happy. I don't know why. Like, it's something so like simple, but just so sweet. And I also love the fact that the eyes of the pig were different than any of the other mobs in the gestures too. It seemed like the pig was like knowing. It seemed like the pig was like conscious. Like it was a conscious pig. Like all the other mobs, they kind of have that more blank expression, even the villagers. But the Technoblade, the pig, it looked like he knew what he was saying. Like it was, I don't know. I loved it. I love that reference. I could talk about that reference for hours. The 5 seconds that it happened, I could genuinely talk about it forever. It was just, I don't know, it made me so happy. Just like, it was so sweet. I heard somebody say they should have done like a statue, which I get it. That's fair. It'd be cool if they had like a statue in the village. But like, I couldn't ask for more. I'm just so glad they had a reference in the movie. Like, it made me so happy. Maybe because Techno is just Techno. He will never die. No, he will never die. Like it's I don't think it's like, I know. I think my brother got some dark humor from watching too much Technoblade, cause he came up to me. He has a little bit of that techno dark humor, cause he's done stuff like he took, I think it was like a Minecraft pig, a flint and steel. No, he did something. Oh, I know. He took a Minecraft pig, put a crown on the top, and then like stabbed it with a Minecraft sword, and he was like, techno. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. And then he said stuff like, it's kind of funny. His phrase was always, Technoblade never dies, but I don't know anyone else who died. And I'm like, child, it's because you're 9. But he means it like the nicest way possible. But I see some of Techno's humor in him. Like, I can't explain it very well, but it's very sweet. I mean, he means the best. He doesn't mean it in any negative way. You know, kids, they just make like observations like, why was it saying this? He died, didn't he? And it's just so, it's sad, but like, it's sweet. Bittersweet. Oh, what do you mean he didn't die? Oh yeah, no, Technoblade never dies. Never dies. Sorry. Temple went on a permanent content, no longer creating. He took a long break from content. Technoblade just took a really, really long break from content. Yeah. I mean, look, he's still in the Minecraft movie. Technoblade will never die. No, Techno never dies. Yeah, that warmed my heart more than anything. That was like my favorite part of the film. Hands down. Ultimate clout. The only thing is, now that I'm realizing it, I don't think I saw another pig in the whole movie. I don't know if that was intentional, because the more I'm thinking of it, I also didn't see another sheep besides that one pink sheep in the whole movie. I think I might have heard or saw a cow, but that's it. But there could have been one like in the background, I just missed it, which would make sense. But yeah, I love that Technoblade reference. Like yeah, I don't know. I have so many words, but like nothing to say. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it would just be repeating the same thing. I don't know. I was saying, like I did that little squeal, like happy sound. I don't even know what it was because I was like too busy looking at the screen. And my mom and dad both looked at me. My mom started laughing because I think she thought it was like I think she was just like, oh my gosh, look at my daughter. She is so old, but still loving a kids movie about Minecraft. I don't know. And then my dad was just more confused. He's like, what? We explained it, me and my sister Pandy, we explained, and my brother, we all explained the reference to the whole techno tribute after the movie. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's actually really sweet. Needed more screen time. Maybe they thought of it like Minecraft the story with the Wither Storm. Maybe. But yeah, that reference was awesome. I loved it so much. I've talked about this reference for I think 5 minutes now. I'm still going. I could still continue forever. I don't know if I want to, I don't know if this is like the right place to talk about it, but you know how people have like senior quotes and stuff? Mine may or may not be a Technoblade quote. I just submitted it yesterday. I'm really happy with it. And then it was really funny because I was at prom. Hi Cypher, how you doing? It's been a moment. I hope you're having a good day. We're talking about the Minecraft movie. We're talking about Technoblade. We're talking about, I just brought up prom. That had nothing to do with anything. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. At the Minecraft movie. Oh my gosh. At prom. Hold on. We gotta find a pig step. We gotta go pig step. There we go. We got pig step going. We're talking about Technoblade so much we need a pig step song playing. Okay. Oh yeah, at prom, I think it was the day before the Minecraft movie, I had my senior prom. I went with my best friend, another one of my friends, and then one of my good friends that I know, so good friends, but not good friends. And I went to a group with 3 other girls, and we went to dinner. It was really fun, really nice. We took a bunch of pictures. It was a great time. After, because my friend had to leave early, I don't think she was feeling too good. And then I couldn't leave yet because I was waiting for a ride because I think my dad was picking me up. Yeah. I normally drive to prom, but I was wearing a very fluffy dress and I tried. I'm like, I don't want to risk driving in this thing in high heels. We're not going to risk it. And it wasn't too far. So my parents offered to drive me back. I am finally saw stream that I wasn't too late for, so I joined. Let's go. Yeah, so happy to have you here. I've been seeing your name in chat. Thanks for stopping by. I love seeing all your names in chat. I love all the recurring viewers. I love seeing it. But at prom, when my best friend left and all 3 of them left because I think they rode together. So I was like, okay, there's 30 minutes ish till my dad would get here. And so me and this one kid, we talked about the Minecraft movie for 30 minutes straight. And it was really, really funny. And then there was other kids. There would be a kid walking by. He's like, did you say the Minecraft movie? I just saw that yesterday. It was awesome. And there were people who were like, what? It's awesome. I thought it was terrible. It was really funny. Because we had a little group talk about the Minecraft movie at senior prom. And people say oh, you can't talk about video games or Minecraft or you gotta be cool in high school and prom for people to like you. No one cares. No one cares. It was awesome. I loved it. We talked about the techno reference. I didn't see it at this point, so I was just avoiding spoilers, but also really excited for it. But yeah, and there was please tell me Scottish Boy was there to help you. Not sure what that means. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what that means, Galaxy. But yeah, so yeah, we talked about the Minecraft movie at prom. I think that was hands down. I mean, I've only been to 2 proms because you only have 2 proms when for American high schools. But it was awesome because we talked about Minecraft movie. I loved it. Yeah, it was great. I feel like I'm good at sneeze, so I'm trying very hard not to sneeze. I am very much under the weather, which is very, very upsetting. I can't do much about it. I think the bright light on me and the sweatshirt is not helping. It's okay. I'm gonna stream not too much longer, maybe 10-ish minutes. We're gonna keep going. Like your wingman. I haven't talked to Fade in a bit. But he lives in the UK. I feel like we've talked about that before. Our schools don't have problems. Help? No! Why not? I mean, okay. Prom is something that I know. Okay, my favorite part of prom is after you've already dressed up, after I've done my makeup, after I am out the door, my favorite part of, like, prom is after the pictures, too. After the pictures are already done, already taken. My favorite part of prom is going out to eat with just, like, a bunch of people. So, like, I could skip the prom part. Like, just go out to eat with people. It's fun. Dress up, have a good time. Yeah. Yeah, just because, like, it's prom, it's very loud. It's very loud. I'm a little bit more sensitive to sound, and so, like, when they're blasting it at, like, too many decibels, I'm, like, I get terrible headaches. I think that's why I'm sick, honestly. Because, like, when their noise is too loud, I shut down. No. And I get really tired, and then I can't sleep because, like, I'm so tired where I can't sleep. It's a mess. But I'm glad I went, because I got to talk about the Minecraft movie, and who doesn't love talking about the Minecraft movie? Yeah. But just because I'm probably gonna end stream pretty soon, just because I am getting very, very tired. I'm a little stressed. Nothing to be stressed about. But my stream is crashing about every 20 minutes, and we've been going for about 24 minutes now. So, like, how about it doesn't crash again? I genuinely don't know what's going on. I need to figure out what's wrong with my computer. It's, like, overheated or something. Okay. Cypher, we have galas. They're just a fancy name for school parties / things, while wearing fancy clothes. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Go nap? I might take a nap. But before I do, I'm gonna go ahead and give some, like, final closing thoughts about the Minecraft movie. Just, like, overall, kind of, like, summing it up. Because we talked about a lot, but I think it's a good time to have, like, a finale. So, my overall rating for the movie, the experience of going to see the movie, a solid 8 out of 10. 100%. I loved watching it with my siblings. Like, the references, having my sister slap me when I would get too excited about the TuzzleVODS reference, or make some weird noise about, like, they had, C418 play, there was, like, one of the Minecraft original songs when I would get, like, too excited. Like, I loved it. It was awesome. I think it would definitely jump to, like, a 9 out of 10, a 9.5, maybe even a 10 out of 10 if I watched it with, other teens and, like, people who were, like, who would cheer and clap for stuff, like, when Steve would say chicken jockey, or, like, something like that, or, like, the Technoblade reference. I was, like, the only one in the theater who made a sound. That's why my sister, like, slapped me on the shoulder, because there was a much younger kids. I think it would have been, like, a quite literally 9.5, 10 out of 10 experience if I was in a theater that did the clapping and stuff. Just because, like, Minecraft, it's so much about community. It's so much about community. It would have been cool to have that. But still, without that, it was still an 8 out of 10 experience with my siblings. I loved it. The references were crazy. I loved just the fact that it was Minecraft. I loved it. Okay. So that would be, like, the experience rating. But the actual movie rating, like, on the actual qualifications of a movie, such as, like, having good character development, having a good plot line, not having any plot holes. I'm, like, trying to rationalize it, and, like, my rating is going from, like, a 2 out of 10 to, like, a 7 out of 10 to, like, a 4 out of 10, then maybe to, like, a 6 out of 10. And, like, it depends on how I rationalize the movie. The actual, like, official rating changes. Let me think. There was one end credit scene I didn't talk about yet, which was the Alex credit scene. Not Technoblade Alex. The Alex, like, Minecraft Alex. It wasn't my favorite scene. It wasn't my favorite scene. It felt like it was just kind of thrown in there just so they could set up a sequel. I might be doing too hard. I might be being way too hard on the scene, but it wasn't quite my favorite. But, like, I think I could just be doing way too hard on it. But in totality, it really was a really great experience. I loved watching it. I had so much fun seeing it in theaters. 10 out of 10 recommend. If you can, if you're, like, older, like an older teenager or young adult, I recommend going, like, later, like, at night, like, maybe 10:30, 11:30, just so you can actually have a group of people, that clap and cheer at the top parts. I heard I can't read. I heard children, not chicken. I heard children talk about screaming Technoblade during that moment when they were gonna watch the movie while I was crying at home. Oh, that's actually okay. That's really sweet that the kids did that. I know my brother. He was like, he got really excited when he saw Techno. I was the loudest one in the theater. I kind of feel bad. I know a lot of parents are probably looking at me weird. Like, who is this old teenager making all these like excited noises about saying, I mean, like I was like, oh, like I gasped a lot. I clapped a lot. I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, and when like Steve said chicken jockey, like I did it quietly to myself, and like Patty kept looking at me. I found I don't know. I know some people are like, oh my gosh, parents might be upset, like, oh my gosh, why are you making so much noise? But it's about I don't know. I feel bad because it's like, yes, you're supposed to be quiet in a movie theater, but this movie's different. I feel like the people like cheering and stuff. I wish I had that. I want to go back and see it just for that. Jump in a Cadillac. Jump in a Cadillac. Let's put some miles on it. That's also a very, very much fandom song. But I'm getting tired. I had so much fun to stream. Sorry it crashed so many times, but it was a great stream. I had so much fun talking about the Minecraft movie. And I hope y'all have a fantastic evening, morning, night, whatever time it is for you. And yeah, I hope y'all have a great day.